Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome to another episode of Crime Centric. This being a show where I talk about crime dramas that I like. For today's episode, I'm going to talk about the series premiere of Rush Hour. It's very interesting. I really like this intro where basically we got a little bit of a taste of Lee as well as Carter's life. You have Lee's little drug bust at the beginning, which he kind of did the signature move he does in the movie where he basically takes the gun from you and points it at you. That was kind of neat seeing that at the beginning. And it's also interesting how you see him kind of put, like, apparently the person that he was with at the beginning is his sister, obviously. You can kind of tell immediately that was his sister, but anyway, his sister kind of didn't appreciate the fact that he made her stay back during the whole bust. And, she's like, I'm tired of being treated like a little kid. I'm a cop too, so treat me like one. So he decides to give her a job, basically give her a position on a job. Basically, there's these priceless statues that have to be delivered to LA, and basically he sends her there to defend the statues. Watch out for them. And then we also get an introduction to Carter's life, where he basically has that deal at that gun deal at the beginning, and then he makes that joke. He's looking at the gun. He's like, "Oh man, this is very futuristic." Bam! Scared you now. I saw you jump. You were scared. That was pretty wild. That whole thing with the helicopter when he ended up shooting that guy, which is like, well, don't shoot the guy who's riding the helicopter in the leg. It's just not smart. It just basically you can already tell that situation was going to go bad when the deal was about to go south. It's kind of like, of course, when it rains it pours, right? Basically what had happened is this, what kind of brings Lee to LA is because there was a situation where the statues, basically they were met by, his sister Kim as well as other cops from Hong Kong are there, dropping the statues off, and they're met by other cops, but they're quickly killed because those cops aren't actual cops. They're actually bad guys. They're actually members of a gang. And they're there, and it looks like they killed Kim, basically, and that ends up sending Lee. He decides to come along to LA, basically, essentially to get revenge for his sister. But the big twist is that his sister isn't dead. She is actually working with these guys. And what I'm trying to understand is, was she working with them before she got there, or was it after she got there? Basically Lee was kind of like, okay, I have to take my sister down and send her to jail. Carter's kind of like, no, you shouldn't. There's still hope for your sister, because Carter's is understanding, because earlier in the episode we met his cousin. I forgot his cousin's name now. Gerald, that's it. And basically that scene where he basically had a gun in his cousin's face. Because at the time you didn't know they were cousins, but then they went out back and they're like, "Hey, cuz, how's grandma doing?" "Oh, she's doing good. She got that thing on her foot." Oh man, he even sat down and started shooting her Gerald's gun at some empty bottles. It's like, you're a cop. Why are you doing something like that? And the entire time Lee was inside, and that was a pretty interesting fight scene, especially with that poor guy. I was so sure that Lee was going to take the pull stick and just jab it towards his nuts, but no, he jabbed it in between and then lifted up. Still very painful. But they end up eventually tracking down, after getting into some serious trouble, ends up getting in some shootouts. There was even that moment where they were, interrogating the security guard who was, actually in on everything, and Carter ended up knocking his TV down. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to." And the guy's kind of like, "Come on, man. How you going to just, break my TV like that?" And he was about to explain everything, and then he got shot. I won't lie, I jumped a little bit when that happened, because it caught me off by surprise. I thought, maybe we would have saw, a red dot appear on his head, because someone was going to shoot him from far away or something while he was talking. Maybe something like that, but I just wasn't expecting him mid-sentence getting shot in the head, because he was actually being shot from, 5 feet away. It wasn't that far. And we also learn a little bit more about Carter. Basically, Carter and his former partner, what's her name? Dee, played by lovely Amy Garcia. Is it Dee Dee? Is that it? But basically, you find out her and Carter were partners, and the reason why she's no longer his partner is because basically she took a desk job because her son was born, and she didn't. The other cops would have given her a rough time if they found out that she was quitting like the front lines to take a desk job because she was scared of getting hurt because she wanted to stay alive for her son. But she's like Carter took the blow for her. So it's like, Carter looks after the people that are important to him. And she's like, basically, that Lee and Carter are a lot alike. And he's like, I take that as the greatest insult of my life. But I also love that part when when they finally track down the guys and the statues, they're about to enter the building. And then Lee kind of does the reverse psychology on Carter. He's like, it's okay. It's okay to be afraid. He's like, it's okay. No, because Carter's like, you're not afraid, but I am terrified. And he's like, it's okay. I was scared once when I was a child, and I remember it being a very unpleasant thing. And he goes in, and Carter gets super upset about it. They end up going in, but end up getting found out. But obviously the gangsters don't shoot at him because they don't want to damage the statues. And then that leads to them fighting, and they end up taking the guys out. Taking out kind of the blonde-haired leader of the group. That was kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting him to end up killing him like that, because Carter positioned the statue and Lee kind of knocked him back and he got stabbed on the sword of the statue. But then Kim still pointing a gun at Lee, and it turns out because FBI guy played by Ian Cusick, which to me is surprising. I know because I'm here watching the 100, and just to see him in this, it just caught me by surprise. He FBI guy is actually a bad guy. He's a dirty cop, and so Kim can't kill her brother just because because he talked to her. He's like, my friend here believes that you can that you're not completely bad, that there's still some good left in you. And after he's like, I can see it too. So she didn't kill him. And he was about to. And then, FBI guy tries to, but they were able to take him down. Obviously, Kim got away. Very interesting, I really love that, Carter's up there shot, he's complaining about it, and Lee walks over. Apparently he's been shot in both the leg and the arm, but he's acting like it's nothing. And then Carter's like, why are you bleeding right there? Why are you bleeding even more? And he's like, oh, I guess I got shot a second time. But he's like, don't worry, I'm sure, obviously it must hurt to be shot, one time. And Carter's like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot myself in the thigh. This way it makes it even. And just they're laughing about it. It's like, let's go. But yeah. Lee decides to, he takes a new job because he was like, I talked to Lindsay and is her name Dee, and Carter kind of looking at him like, wait, what? And he's like, Captain Cole, I talked to her, and I've decided to stay, and now I'm a detective here. And Carter's like, yeah, that's a good thing. And he's like, now that I'm a detective, the first thing I'm gonna do is arrest your cousin Gerald. So really like the show so far. It's very interesting, very action-packed. It's probably the most action-packed crime drama I've ever seen. It's very fast-paced too. It's very funny, obviously. But these is kind of my just first impressions of it. Some stuff I liked about it and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to be quite interested to see more of the show. So, but that's really all I want to talk about. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, love life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.